Music. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Marilyn Shannon, and this is Breaking Free. And today is December 8th, and it's a very special day. Thank God we're here. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. It's nice to have you. I know that your time is precious, and it's really nice that you've chosen to be here. And I don't know what's in store because I'm just listening. I've come today with some information and things to share. But you know what? If it changes, it shifts. So I'm good with that. I want to let you all know that any point in time you are more than welcome to call in to 919-518-9773 and just talk. Just share what's on your mind, what you're going through, what's going on. We're going to be talking about transitioning from 2014 to 2015. What does that mean to transition? Um, could mean a resolution, could be a goal, could be a miracle, could be anything. I mean, what does it mean? What do you want to hold on to? What do you want to let go of? Any of those things. Also, you can contact us through Skype voice. That's computers, plural, two, that's the number two, K voice. You can do that as well. We'd love to have you anyway. And also, you can sign into the chat window. There's always juicy things going on in there. So if you look right to the right of the video screen, you'll see a little place that says nickname. You could put your name, you could put whatever your dog's name, it doesn't matter. We'd love to have you in there and partake in whatever conversation is going on there, and it's always a good one. And I'm going to go like this to check it out and see. So, hello everyone in the chat and all of you out there. And Amnon, hey.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Amnon is our illustrious producer. You doing good?
Illustrious.
Illustrious. How do you like that?
Can I use that after my name?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Yeah. Yes, you can.
Stationery?
Absolutely. You go right ahead and you put well, you are illustrious. Who would have created this? I mean, seriously, how many people do you know that say they want something and then they just figure out a way to do it, and that's exactly what you did. So Amnon is a great example of
Everybody does it.
Well,
maybe not this, but that's how people do. They want something, so.
Well, that's what I would like to talk about today.
Okay.
Is that when you want something, how you create it. I mean, what is it that you do to make it happen? I mean, and then you share it. Like this for me is a miracle. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about that I'm in behind Amnon's office, which is behind his home. There is this studio with cameras and microphones and computers and a box. I mean, I wish I could show you what this thing looks like, but it's really interesting how I have the miracle of being able to be in here. And something that I've always wanted to do was to have a talk show. And so, look how it works out. It's really very cool. So, we're going to talk about creating a 2015, but not necessarily dumping 2014. I want to take a look at the things from 2014 that make a difference to you. What did you learn? What can you see wanting to make changes with? I mean, and changes don't have to be these big gulps. I don't know, a lot of people talk about resolutions and they think that they have to okay, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. No, it doesn't have to be a year's thing. It could be, I want to lose 5 pounds. That's a resolution. And we could have resolutions every week if we want. And what is it about the resolutions now that got me so much in thinking about things? I think they cause us to experience a form of freedom, or not a form of freedom, but freedom. Breaking free. So some freedom, some power in what we get to do, and it's our choice. The things that we want to create or the things that we want to expand upon are our choice. Now I see Debbie. Is she there yet? Is she here? Yeah. So Debbie is our lovely friend Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, I don't know whether you see me or not, because I had a problem with the internet today.
I see you, Debbie.
Oh, awesome.
So Debbie,
so can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, I hear you fine. So Debbie was here last week. Debbie does a show before the Breaking Free show. She does Health In. She's a homeopath. She's fabulous. She's a dear friend, and she loves these kinds of shows that we do when we just kind of explore and play and say whatever comes to our minds or our hearts and things that come out of
our hearts. Okay.
Turn down your sound, Debbie.
Okay. I'm still here.
There you go. There's things that just kind of come out that you just don't plan. And that's that's one of the things, one of my things in going forward into 2015, what I'm getting from 2014 is that we are privy to listening and to opening up, and there's things everywhere we turn that we can hear that is for our good. So that's one of the things that I am really holding on to and looking forward to. So Debbie, we had a little conversation. Hello. So you and I had a little conversation on the way into the studio today when I was just calling to say how you were doing and how your day was going so far, and that's when we decided Debbie was going to come on. So spontaneously, here she is, looking beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the sound was reverberating. And are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, because I guess I hear my own voice now. It's different when you're calling in.
Yeah. So you and I started talking about something, and you said most of what you're doing now is playing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so talk about that a little bit.
I think because the majority of my life I work to attain a goal, to accomplish a task, to fulfill my mission, to see progress in the world and in my life. And at this point in my life, which presents its own challenges, I realize that doing things that are enjoyable, stress-free, fun, is an important component that has to be integrated. Because in essence, every single thing that I do, I say it's work, but everything that I do, I'm passionate about and I love doing. And for me, doesn't feel like work. But now I have to go a step beyond and integrate more of the playful, relaxing, meditative activities.
Okay.
And
so what do you mean? What do you mean? Like before, when you would say your work was play, and now it's more playful.
Because I loved everything that I do, so it doesn't feel like work in a sense, unless there are some stressful part. What I'm doing is I'm trying to eliminate anything. Hi, Amnon. I'm trying to eliminate anything that does have a component of stress, that creates stress. So I'm trying to integrate more into my life, not only things that are health giving, nutritious, healthful to my body and spirit and mind, but I am purposefully doing more things that are a lot of fun and not so stressful.
Okay, so what you're saying then is, so I want to clarify this a little bit, because I don't want to say always, but very often I will say that when somebody, my work is so much fun. I mean, can you imagine? I get to do stuff like this, coach people, the women's groups, all the men that I work with, whatever it is. It's all fun. So what you're saying is there's a difference between playing work and playing.
I think it is purposefully, intentionally brushing aside and ridding all of the things that are unnecessarily causing stress that you do not have to do. Do you see what I'm saying?
So there's a difference between play that has stress involved and play that has no stress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think if it's related to, it's part of the, actually, I'm sounding more and more like the Kabbalah class that I go to on Wednesday night, where they gave a definition of, are you living for your job? Are you living for your career? Or are you living for your mission? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so each one has a different kind of an outcome and a different kind of a contemplative mindset.
Gotcha. So this is
Okay.
great. Yeah, so this is great. So this is a big thing for Debbie. So going from 2014 into 2015, Debbie's taking along a notion of being more playful. You know, she's making jewelry, whatever she play in our garden, whatever it is, it's for her and it's playful and it's playing, right? Am I right?
Yeah, don't forget there is a component of the end. There will be an end product, an end goal, seeing accomplishment, seeing something being created, seeing a product.
Yeah.
You do, even though you're playing. A potter is into the meditative zone of making a pot, but at the end of the day, he comes away with the beautiful finished product that goes on the shelf and maybe into a store or as a gift.
Right.
So there is an end result,
Right.
but in the zone he's been playing.
Right. So it's interesting. Madge is saying sometimes thinking prevents just enjoying pure fun. So when you're meditative, you're not engaging the thinking. It's not the first thing that's happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like bringing up. We both went to a talk by a rabbinic scholar yesterday who helps people with addiction, and all of the things in life that distract us from self um, can either be destructive in our life or constructive in our life. And so if it's destructive, it's something that is harmful to self, like being a workaholic, having any kind of an addictive thing. Being attached to the computer to me is an addiction. And the more I go away from it to do these other playful activities, the better I feel.
Hmm.
So you're not going to see me on the computer as much,
Well,
but
that's okay. I mean, maybe that's part of what a lot of people have to figure out is the balance
yeah.
going forward. I
You
just
want
think
to
that
you want to take it from there, Marilyn?
well, I just think that this is a really great time to reflect on these kinds of things that maybe we're jumping into a pool of something that is a little different or we want to feel stronger about. And it's nice to do it in an environment like this because I'm open, and we're all open to listening to what somebody else is, processing, going through, questioning, and it's a good jumping off. It's like being on that diving board and jumping in, and we get to jump in kind of together, and I think faith has a lot to do with where we are. I feel a new sense of faith that I don't have to, like, I didn't have to know what we're going to talk about today. I feel faithful that whatever was going to come up was going to be what was supposed to come up. And whoever's here is going to appreciate that. And, that it wasn't regimented and it was just going to be free. And that's how I feel like I want to end 2014 free. And that's kind of how I want to bring in 2015.
I think, Marilyn, the name of your show is Breaking Free.
Yeah, and that's so this
it's
is
top
very
on your
yeah.
list of.
So I'm not as sitting here. So everybody, this is our. I don't know. Maybe we have other men listening, but we don't have another man. I don't think in our chat, but we do have Amnon sitting right here. So, is there anything in particular when you think about, something you're focusing on for 2014 going into 2015? Anything for you?
No, I don't look back.
You don't. Okay, you don't look back. What
Mm-mm.
What do you do?
I whatever I want to do in the future.
So is
I
today
mean,
like
I guess I'm saying it, but in reality, you always look back. It's just that you don't pay attention to it. It's in the you do it in your subconscious kind of. But I don't ever remember saying, well, I did it this way this year, and so next year I'm going to do it a different way. I mean, I may say,
but you do it always,
yesterday
don't
I
you?
did it wrong, so tomorrow I'm going to do
But
it.
you're assuming it's wrong.
if it's wrong.
But you can assume that with almost anything that you want to change. And if we don't look at it that way, if we don't look at things that were in the
I
past as wrong,
I don't think I ever thought that something was right and I wanted to change it to make it wrong.
no, but
So you always try to change the wrong
yeah,
to
but what
to,
about just making
or the,
making the right even righter? Or why is something
well,
even wrong?
you always try to. I mean, just the fact that you get up in the morning and do what you normally do is to make it better and better.
Yeah,
and
but
better.
changing it doesn't mean does. So I'm trying to figure out what we want to change doesn't mean it was wrong. It just
That's true. You're
we
right.
just want to change it because
Right.
we've learned more.
Make
Yeah.
it different. It all depends
Yeah.
what we're talking
We don't
about.
have.
I
That's
mean,
the point.
yeah.
I think.
I mean, if you're a runner and you're running, I don't and I don't know the numbers, but if you run a mile in 3 minutes, and everybody else is running it in 2 minutes, then that's wrong
For who?
for you. For you, no,
Why?
you have because you have to try harder because.
But maybe 3 is better than I did yesterday, which was 4.
Okay, let me rephrase.
You're better.
If you're an Olympic runner
Right.
and everybody else is running it in 2 and you're doing it in 3, then that is something is wrong here because you're not going to get to participate in competitions.
I guess.
So you're going to have to make it better. You know.
I guess it depends on
So
what
it depends
we,
what you do.
on what we
Yeah.
look at as being what emphasis we place
I
on it
can
being
never
wrong.
I can never wait for tomorrow.
What do you mean by waiting?
I every morning I can't wait till tomorrow.
Oh, because you're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
because
good. Okay.
I'm
That's
gonna
wonderful.
I'm looking forward to it and
That's wonderful.
and I look so great. I'm going to look even better tomorrow.
That's absolute. Well, you will. You will. I think you get more and more
Sorry, Deb.
No, I think you get more and more debonair.
I think you wake up, you look the same every day.
No, I think it's great. I think it's perfect. No, I think it's great. Look, Debbie, hold on a minute. I want anybody to call in that has anything to add here. We'd love to have off the cuff, whatever you want to talk about. We want it because everything it's fair game. Call in 919-518-9773, or you can Skype with us on computers. That's plural, the number 2, K voice. Join us, and we'd love to hear from you. Whatever you're witnessing, realizing, the smallest, the biggest chunk, the whatevers. Just give us a holler because we'd love to hear from you. I do have some pictures I want to show. Can you put up the first one,
No.
please?
You have some photos?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. Okay. I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. What do you think, Debbie?
Let me look at it.
I
I'm
am
gonna
no
read-
bird, and
I'm
no
going to read
net.
it again.
Go ahead.
I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. I guess because if you think about, and that's a quote by Charlotte Bronte.
Yep.
I guess because she's comparing herself to a bird, and a bird, you have particular characteristics and quality that define it. Number one, having feathers and being able to have flight and go up. And you think about we're not tethered. They're not tethered to the ground.
Right. Free
But
as a bird.
It's a bird. It's a bird is able to. It's very mobile. It can go wherever it pleases in the world by getting up into the sky and flying like a plane. But it also can be trapped and live in a cage. So in that sense, she is comparing herself in that way to not being caged, but being free. It's a metaphor.
So here's Madge. She wrote, I try to live in the moment always. Whatever I want to do, Debbie. I have no restrictions, no cage. I love my life. I have enough money to do whatever comes to me. I am truly blessed and don't have any real desire to change much at all with my life. Lovely.
And
That's
where are you
lovely.
reading that?
On the chat, and then she said, "I'm one of the very lucky. I am one of the very lucky. I have worked hard to get to this place at age 66." Cool. That's
Oh,
fabulous.
good for you.
And then Suziani says, "Madge, word for word, exactly my life, and I would not trade it with anyone else's." You know, hallelujah. Because honestly, I would not trade my life with anyone else either. I love where I am, who I am, what I don't know, what I think I know, what I thought I know, what maybe I know, what I really don't know, what I have, what I don't have, what I would like, what I don't like. I mean, right? I love it. And Suziani says, "I am 62, Madge, and love that my days are my own to do whatever I want with. And I have a great day every day."
Beautiful.
I think that is phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. And with that, there is taking things in. It doesn't, I don't think it means that you don't take things in. Like Amnon said, Amnon, you love your life
Oh yeah,
and you look forward to tomorrow.
absolutely.
What's tomorrow mean? What is it?
We don't know.
We don't
and we
know.
don't put. I don't like to
No.
put goals that I can't guarantee. Sort of. I don't want. I mean, I mean,
Good, because you
drop
can't
dead
guarantee
tonight.
any of them.
Yeah,
Well, that's the point.
Can you expound on this, Amnon? You don't like to put goals that you what?
No, I shouldn't say goals. I mean, I don't think about. If you say tomorrow I'm going to do such and such and such, and it's
Yes.
really a goal, that's taking things for granted that you're going to be here tomorrow. And then
Okay.
you may also lose some of the enthusiasm for today because say, well, but tomorrow I'm going to do that. So today, I'm just going to let. And that's wrong because you should do it right now. And when tomorrow comes, okay, work on it.
No, I think that's the difference between short range goals and long range goals. In other words, you cannot cram your entire life into this moment.
No,
And so you know that there are things that you're going to want to do tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that, or a year or whatever down the road. And that's a lot of business sense. Marilyn, you talk about what's your long range goal, where are you going to be in 5 or 10 years. So you do want to look ahead and keep that in perspective.
I think you want
But
to look
then
at everything.
don't
Yeah.
get bogged down
No,
in
don't
that.
get, no.
And what are you going to do today? So like I know I need to go to the store to get such and such, or I need to prepare dinner. And there are things that I need to do today that I will focus on getting those accomplished. But then, I can't do it all today.
Right. No. And so let me say, Judy says, "I believe the same thing that Suziani and Madge and I think we're saying is I love myself and what I do and feel. I'm 66 also and will practice living more in the moment."
I think when we hit the 60s, I think that's what happens.
I mean, well, no, I
it
hope.
goes
and we're
into
free to do that.
a new
Well, is
decade
anybody?
that-
Well, Chris is not 60, so Chris, what do you think? She's out on the chat. She's not 60.
She,
What,
you
what does
see,
she
she's
say?
not. She's not saying anything. She's probably crying.
Ah! um, and so Madge says it took her a very long time. I mean, and that's interesting because I don't know how long it took. I don't know if it was a day, a week, a month. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I feel the same way, and what's age
No,
anyway,
you
or
don't wish
time?
you were 60.
No, and
You wanna
what's
be-
age and
you wanna
time
be
anyway?
Where you are, and you want to learn from the wisdom of the people who have lived a bit longer, but you want to be whatever age range you are. And I have a feeling, just like in Ecclesiastes, King David wrote the psalm, and each decade is a certain time period in a person's life where they're supposed to be refining their soul and doing something that brings them to the next decade. And so that they've learned whatever lessons. Now, some people, I suppose, can move quicker through the learning process, and each person has their own particular issues that they have to deal with, challenges in life that they have to deal with. And whatever yours are, that's what Marilyn was saying before. She wants her whole life, and she's accepting everything in her whole life as she's taking it on as her own.
Yeah,
Marilyn.
and I think that from what I'm hearing on the chat, there's a lot of people that feel the same way. That and it doesn't mean that, things don't appear that you want to address, but we don't have to take ourselves down south to address it. Madge says, I really don't give a shit what other people think anymore. I know who I am, and if you don't like it, defriend me. I mean, and that's a powerful personal statement. Um, so then let's see, Suziani, friends get mad because I do not make plans. Consequently, I really do not like to say yes to an invitation because I have no idea what I will feel like doing that
Mm-hmm.
far in advance. People get insulted. Well, maybe they do. And maybe they're not the right friends for Suziani in her life now. Maybe there's other ways of handling it, but um, you got to live the way you feel you're living your best now. Doesn't mean you might not learn and grow and change. And learning, growing, change. It doesn't mean you don't like yourself. It's just another piece. Judy says, I have a new situation that is coming up in January and February of 2015. My husband and I will be traveling for 2 months, which is great as long as I remember to relax and take things easy and embrace doing less and being more. Yes. And that's a I think if I think I would say something to Judy like start being more now, or not more, just start being now. Get in the practice of just being now.
She probably is.
Yeah, I guess she is if she said it. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
point. She probably is noticing it. It's all about
You just don't
noticing.
think about
Yeah,
it.
you don't. But it's good to consciously put a word or consciously think about things like we're doing now. Doesn't have to change them. It's just putting them um,
It takes too
to
many.
consciousness.
It takes too many resources to always think. Okay, so I'm thinking about this, so I must be the and to actually kind of like not describe everything that you thinking about doing or doing
Mm-hmm.
is in why am I doing it? You just
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't think, oh, I am living in the moment. I mean, you're just doing it, and then unless somebody points it out, like you just doing it, oh
Right.
yeah, so that means I
Well,
live in
that's
the
why
moment.
exactly. That's why we
Yeah,
do things like
but you don't
this.
you don't think
Right.
about this,
But that's
and you shouldn't
right.
think about that.
Well,
That's waste of time
but
because it's not going to
but
change anything.
but that's not true though. If we're sitting here right now thinking about something and processing something together,
Mm-hmm.
I can leave here
Mm-hmm.
and learn something from this that will shed light on where
Sure,
I'm at. And had we not discussed it in this type of environment, it might not have registered yet. And maybe it's at the tip of my tongue or the tip of my throat or somewhere in my heart, but getting it out helps.
but you're not going to go home after leaving here and say, "I got to do this. I got to do it. I have to do it.
It
I
depends
should
on
do it.
what it
I should."
is. Depends
I
on
don't
what it
think
is.
so. I know you better
No,
than
no,
that.
it depends on what it is. If I get excited about something, just like you get excited about living,
Then you
like you
do
want
it.
it, then you do it.
You don't have to sit to force yourself
No, it's not a
into doing it.
forcing. Oh no,
Right.
no, 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 no
Right.
forcing. It's like I mean, people. Debbie, you know this too. Everybody out there, I'm sure, knows this. When you are doing something that you're in this connection with, write a book, write music, sing a song, do a project, it just comes. There is no forcing it. And if it's having to, okay, here's a perfect example. So last night, I'm trying to create the topic for my show coming up for my Skywire on Google Plus for Thursday, which is all about listening. And I knew what I wanted it to be about, but I couldn't put it into words. And I'd been sitting there for 2 hours, but not frustrated, just
Mhm.
like, conceptualizing, but not like getting the words because I need the
You
words.
probably had the words, but you wanted better words.
I didn't
I
have
mean,
the
you knew how.
words.
Oh,
No, I
okay.
didn't have the
All right.
words.
So go
So
ahead.
I actually started watching a video about this rabbi that we saw yesterday,
Mhm.
and he had the words that I was wanting to use for the show, and I just copied him.
Did you make a point to
It
mention that
was
it's
just it was every
courtesy of Rabbi?
no, because it was like every anybody could have put those together, but he was in my perfect place at my perfect time, and he showed up, so it was great. We have I have another picture I want to show. You got the next one?
I got the next one.
Okay, here we go. Okay. She stood in the storm, and when the wind did not blow her away, she adjusted her sails. That's what we do. We just adjust. And that's okay. You try something, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work, you like it, you don't like it, maybe you love it. You still want to adjust it. And that's okay. Debbie,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you think?
It's an interesting quote, I feel,
Why?
because number one, she's putting herself in the environment of the storm. By the way, it's a quote by Elizabeth Edwards.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank
Uh,
you.
and so the storm is the environment. It's all around, it's windy. It could be rain. It could be lightning. It could be whatever. And usually you think about the storm as being a force of nature that is way stronger than you are to withstand. You can just picture yourself with one of those umbrellas where the umbrella flies up. That's the storm. And it's gray out. And then she took a look around herself and said, the wind did not blow her away. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
That her own personal force and ability to stand and withstand the storm. Probably, I don't know. What would your feeling be? Would it be an awakening, an awareness, take you by surprise? What would it do? And
Mm-hmm.
then she said, "Oh, I have my own reins here. The force of nature or whatever's around me is not the thing that is moving me to wherever I need to go." And then she took the control, the power, the force of her own self to put her in a better, obviously, I mean, we would suppose put her in a better place or
Right.
get out of the storm or wherever she needed to go.
Yep.
What do
Yep.
you think?
I think so. I think sometimes, like we were talking about before, about control. And sometimes you're not in the right place and you have to adjust. The force is stronger. It's not the right force. And you have to adjust your sail and do something different. Sometimes you set out a goal and maybe it's a goal before it's time. You need more information. You adjust. Maybe, I mean,
Yeah.
right? Right? So,
Yeah,
Dan,
I think more powerfully for me that quote is about all the circumstances that are around us and natural forces, or is it natural forces, or do I have the ability within myself, as in the prior quote, to not be caged within the environment, but to move myself to a better place?
well, I don't know how much power we have, but we have power to make some of our own choices
I
of
see
what
it a lot simpler.
right?
I
You
see
see
it
it simple. What do you
a lot
say?
simpler.
What do you
I
say?
mean, going back to what they was talking about, the umbrella.
Yeah.
If this happens, face the wind and open the umbrella slowly. It'll protect you and keep going.
Okay.
And then when the wind
Okay.
stops, then open it a little bit more, but
Okay.
keep going.
But it's still adjusting it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
yeah,
adjusting
yeah.
it.
You're not backing off from it.
Right, but if you turn
Right.
around and open it, yeah.
Yeah, you're blown away. So listen, I see Judy is making a trip, a big trip, and she's going to be coming to North Carolina. So Judy, you might want to like connect with us in something ahead of time and let us know like when you plan to arrive. We're very good social people here, and as Madge will tell you, when she came from California, we had a good time. So let us know, Judy, and anybody else that's out there that you're listening from wherever you're listening from. We're in North Carolina and have a lot of awesome things going on here. So, we'd love to have have company. Have you check into the chat. You should see all the stuff going on in the chat. I can't even read it fast enough. So we'd love
Yeah,
to
you
have
have
you.
a lot of life stories going on in the
Yes,
chat.
yes, definitely. It's really exciting to.
Yeah, I have who really so, Chris said Elizabeth Edwards is a woman who really had to adjust her sales during her lifetime. Yes, she definitely
Several
did.
times she was hit by a lot of wind, wasn't she? A lot of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like is it okay for me to redirect and go backwards a little bit? I
Go
think
ahead.
there was something prior that was talking about commitment and friendships. Suziani said, friends get me mad because I do not make plans. Consequently, I really do not like to say yes on an invitation because I have no idea what I will feel like doing that far in advance. People get insulted. So it's a combination of um, how people are responding to you because of your personal nature. I mean, for all of us. I mean, it's making a commitment and making a decision, but also I feel like we might need to put in the quality of respect and a little bit of the selflessness about, even though it's hard for us to do certain things about making commitments, and I do the same thing,
Yes, yes, yes,
Suziani, by the
yes,
way.
yes, yes. Yes,
I
she
might
does.
I might
Yes.
be I might be a I might be a last minute responder
like
also.
like
And
today like today this is a perfect example. I'm talking to Debbie earlier today, right? And she says she's going to come on. Now Debbie knows the show is at 1 o'clock,
yeah,
but when I called Debbie at 12:58, where are you? And
where
she
am I?
said, I'm
Well,
carrying my
I was
computer.
getting out of my pajamas.
Okay,
From,
so she's yeah, well, okay. She's carrying her computer into her room so she could do this. So this is from experience, right, Debbie?
this is from
This is
experience.
and this is all of us growing and learning and laughing and playing life together. This is what's so great. Go ahead.
Yeah, and we can give a lot of I think all of us, I especially give myself excuses for things because of my nature. So whatever your nature is, that you feel
Energy.
that
Yeah.
what?
Your energy. Your energy. It's your energy. I
Uh,
think.
I don't know. I call
Okay,
it
go
my
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
call it my inborn nature
Okay, go
that
ahead.
I easily get totally involved in something, and I don't want to, not breaking free, but break away from that zone of, oh, I need to work on this. And I was exploring making something new creatively, and I said, oh, I just want to finish this little thing before I get up, get dressed, get myself ready for your show. I should have just said, let me put it down now and go get ready.
Or
Uh,
you could have said, like Suziani is saying, we'll see.
we'll see. We'll see
That's what
what.
she just said. She said, Debbie, my standard answer to
Yeah.
an invitation is we'll see.
But see, the difference is that in a situation where another person is expecting you or needs to be prepared for a particular thing, then it is just, this is
Right,
my own
right,
personal feeling.
right, right,
It's
right.
disrespectful to say, I'm going to be here and I'm not showing up. You know, I don't want to do that. And I figured, oh, Marilyn, by the way, my clocks are a little bit crazy. How many people, raise your hand, how many people, here's my hand. How many people lived in a house where mom always had the clock 10 or 15 minutes running fast? because you knew you were always late. And this
Yeah.
way it pushed. Yeah, well, that's what I do. And unfortunately, one of my clocks was on time and the other one was.
Well, that's the same kind of thing as the commitment then. Because if your clocks are not all in some kind of sync, then
They
you
were
are
supposed to be, but we lost power.
then you know okay. Well, let's but
Okay,
I want to get back to this
go
notion
ahead.
of 2014 and 2015 and
Yeah.
you know um what is it you want it, I mean taking our same selves as we are talking about, right, is a really great thing. If we do nothing else in leaving today's show, that would be enough. Just taking my same self. We love ourselves that much to take my same self. Now, I have had an experience recently with a friend in St. Louis, which I don't normally do this. I don't, in fact, I don't think I've ever done this. She found this book by Melody Beattie, and I was telling Debbie, um, who wrote a book called Codependency No More. And she wrote this book about 40 days of creating miracles. Now, it's very interesting because, for me, I always saw somewhat of miracles coming from like above, um, and that they were all around, and we had to kind of focus in on them to see them. So my friend Lori said, "Would you do this with me? Would you be my miracle partner?" And I'm like, really, like my nose is just going up into the air as far as it can go. And because I don't like that kind of a thing, but I said, okay, she's asking and she wants to do it, and all right, I'll do it for her. So I started doing it, and every day, well, first of all, you have to write a list of all the things. Like if you had a magic wand, what would you, what would you create? So you write a list of all those magic wand things, and it's amazing what came out of me if I had a magic wand. I mean, things that I had not expected would come out. Like, I'm going to work with the government in helping them listen. Like, that was one of my magic wand things, and I really believe it now. And then a list of my goals, which were kind of like miracle goals. And then every day for 40 days, I have to send her my list of things that I'm grateful for or what I'm grateful today for that is happening. Some of it is not good. I've realized that some of what you hold back, the things that you resist, are some of the things that are keeping a lid on other things. So being grateful that I'm recognizing these things, or being grateful that I'm in pain over something, has really caused me pain. And for a couple of days, I was like hurting, and I began to see something transcend from this experience. And one of the things for me was judgment. I started seeing how I was like how I was experiencing judgment of other people and things they were doing, and it's allowed me to not resist the judgment. Being grateful for my judgments has allowed me not to resist the judgments, which have allowed me to work on the judgments, which then have allowed me to not be so judgmental. So it's something that I am going to continue to work on, and it might be something that some of you out there would like to connect with me about. So if you do, above my head, you can, write me, Marilyn at power, Power, of dialogue, dialogue.com, because we have the potential to create miracles ourselves. And miracles are not like today I woke up and I have $1 million sitting in my bank account. For me, a miracle is not judging. A miracle for me might be, um, you know, doing the show without any fear. Because I've done these shows before by myself. Not by myself, like Debbie's here and Amnon's here, but not with a scheduled, like guest doing a specific thing, who's written a specific book, who's got a specific. I came in today without fear. That's a miracle. Debbie, you're smiling.
I'm always smiling.
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Debbie, you were saying something before. You were saying you wanted me to talk. What do I mean by I don't set goals that will? And here I'm going to what Marilyn just said. That's one thing that I would never waste time on.
With what?
Thinking that it. First of all, it would be a miracle that will never happen.
A good
Thinking
you don't
that
think?
thinking that I can make the government listen. That would never
No, I didn't say make
happen.
them listen to me. I'm saying that I get to teach them
Yeah,
or
no.
show them about listening. But see, that wouldn't be your thing. But whatever your see, I am at I feel like I'm going to be somewhere, and I'm going to bump into somebody
Yeah.
like the mayor of Raleigh or the governor or somebody, and they're going to say, "So what do you do?" And I'm going to say, "Well, oh, this is the government. Oh, what I do listening work. I help people do listening tours. You know, they're doing all these political listening tours. Or I do this thing with listening. Or I help people. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth at the time.
Right.
But I know that by my being open and okay with it and feeling like, yes, I could do that, it could appear. It very well will appear. Not
And
could,
it will with that person, but when it comes to but let him sell it to the government.
He is the
then I forget.
government.
No.
It is a step. Oh yes, it's one step. Wherever the
Okay,
step comes
all right.
in, I take the step and I say, I'm going to meet the wife of somebody who's going to say, "Oh, my husband should know about that," or "My wife should know you do that." I don't know where it's going to come from. And the government of what? Maybe it's the government of a university, or it's the governing body of something. I have no
well,
idea.
Yeah, that's true.
How do
See,
I
I
know?
think big, so.
Well, I did think big too, but now I'm thinking. Now
Yeah,
something
it's
else
true,
is coming
true.
to me. But no,
Suziani said that you should be the secretary of listening.
where are you, Suziani? Maybe I should. Suziani, that is really interesting. Oh, my heart's beating. I'm getting flutters. That's really. Do you ever notice that though when you're having a reaction to something like that's good? You feel some kind of physical reaction that
And
you
you
did
know
not
what the
control.
acronym for that will be?
What?
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 What is secretary of listening?
Secretary
Of
of Listening. SOL. Oh my God! She didn't mean that, Suziani.
No, she didn't mean
didn't.
that.
But
I'm
how do
just-
you think that way?
I mean, it's just I've got.
I'm gonna
something
think
that
of a
just
different. Yeah, that's true
Okay,
though. But
yeah,
I'm gonna
okay,
think of a
yeah.
different acronym for that. But that's Secretary of Listening. Wow.
Is there something wrong with SOL?
Yeah. Think about.
It,
Okay, we already said it once, so I'm gonna say it again. Shit out of luck. Is that
well,
what you meant?
see, my brain.
That's what it would.
I'm
That's what
sorry.
it means.
Yeah.
No,
But-
SOL is the sun. It's soul.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh wow.
It's soul. I don't get the negative thing which you.
No.
It's made
it's-
it.
Yeah, but he's
now.
making it. Yeah.
It's a
If
joke.
it was
It's a
SOV,
joke.
I would understand, but
Soul.
SOL, I
Well-
would never
well,
think.
that's
No,
really
SOB
beautiful.
Is just crying. What do you mean?
Oh no, stop it! You're wasting time. Listen, that is really lovely what you just said. SOL, soul.
That's what I think.
Suziani, look where that just
mhm.
went. Now that
It went to the into the mind.
no,
the
it
mind
didn't.
field.
No, I don't think so. Not to me, it didn't. Not to
Okay,
me, it
well,
didn't.
in
Because
other words, I didn't get any negative connotation whatsoever.
Me,
Good,
me neither.
perfect,
Trust me, me neither.
perfect. And I'm past that stage. Now I'm
Okay,
connected
so
to the soul.
I'm just gonna.
Go
I
ahead.
pulled this out. I was getting dressed.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna change the subject. Marilyn, you
Yeah.
see what I have on my wrist?
What is
I don't
that?
know whether you can see it. Well, it's a bracelet,
Okay.
and it says. I don't know if you can see that. Can
I
you read
can't.
that?
No, are you kidding? I can hardly see my
I
computer.
see
It's sitting right here.
Expect.
Expect.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah. Expect
miracles.
what?
Miracles.
Oh. See?
And that's a bracelet that I've had for many years now.
Yes.
to expect miracles.
Absolutely. And to be able to, when you see them, to acknowledge and be grateful for them, whatever the miracle is. Even going through a green light on time, I mean, is a miracle. So thank you.
Mhm.
That's beautiful.
Right.
Um,
And your focus of today's program is expecting miracles, and also how are you going to make miracles for yourself as you conclude 2014 and move into 2015.
well,
So,
what I had focused for the show is not what happened.
oh, I'm sorry.
No,
What was the focus
that's
of the show?
fine. No, my focus was whatever was going to happen was going to happen. I had an idea. I posted a few things about transitioning from 2014 to 2015, but I did not control or didn't want to control what that looked like. So I am
You couldn't
delighted.
have, even if you tried to,
I
it
couldn't
would have
have.
taken
I
that
It would have
path
been too
and it,
painful. I would have been up in that wind, and I would have been like blown away. I'm blown away for a good thing, but I could not have tried to control it. Do we
what,
have
so what about,
another?
yeah, what
Yeah,
about
go ahead. Give me another
here,
thing. What does this one say?
to-do list?
Oh, so okay, all right. Just put things down. Okay, this is really cool. So, oh, I look. Can you put it back? Oh,
It
wait.
is.
Oh, it's up there. Okay, I lost it. Okay, put a party hat on. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Live 9 lives. What is it? Free a bird. Spare a cookie. Wear stripes.
Share a
Oh,
cookie.
share a cookie. Okay, can you read them because I have trouble.
Wear stripes.
Yeah,
Make a new friend.
yeah,
Draw a picture.
yeah.
Be cool.
Be cool, yeah,
And chase your dreams.
and chase your dreams. So, how's that for a 2014, 2015 list of to-dos?
Too many.
Too many?
Take
Okay.
one at a time.
All right.
No.
Take one at a time. That works.
Yeah.
Which one would you take?
I like the party one.
Okay.
I know the make new friend is going to happen anyway, so I don't
Okay.
need to worry about
Okay.
this.
Yeah. What
I
else?
don't like wear stripes.
Yeah.
Sharing a cookie, I don't know. That's not hygiene.
Okay. Well, you said it was too many.
No, yeah. So I'm,
Okay,
I'm
so
taking out stuff that
Which
I'm,
one? Which is the one you're gonna
So
choose?
I'll probably go with put a party hat on, and everything else will fall into place.
Okay. Debbie, what would you
Yes,
do on this list?
Marilyn.
What would you do on this list?
Well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Mhm.
If I wanted to put an intention
Yeah.
on it, obviously I talked about having lots of fun.
Okay.
So put a party hat
Okay.
on would
Okay.
be, playful.
Okay. Perfect.
That would be one of the intentions. Now we talked about freeing a bird from our quotes. Live 9 lives. How do we take that one? That means that we bounce back from whatever adversities
That's right.
we have.
That's right.
What's that other one? Something and cooking. Oh, share a cookie.
Share a cookie.
Oh, share a cookie means giving. That means that whatever you have, you're going to do donations, you're going to do mitzvahs, you're going to do tzedakah, you're going to do charity. Share what you have.
You know what I'm
where's-
gonna? You know which one I'm gonna do?
What?
Be cool.
You are cool. You don't
Yeah,
have
that's right, you
No.
see?
No.
to
No.
be
No.
cool.
But be cool on a higher level of coolness. I am going to be cool on a higher, freeing level of coolness. Watch out, world.
That's
I'm coming
spooky,
through.
Manon.
Huh?
That's spooky.
Oh, it may be for you, not for me. I'm gonna
No,
just
the
walk
sound.
through being kooky. Oh, cool.
Spooky.
No,
Spooky.
no.
That sounded more like a Halloween.
No. So everybody out there,
That's being cool.
who's ever listening in the chat that we have, I know Madge, Chris, Judy, Linda,
Yeah.
Suziani, everybody in the chat, and everybody listening, take a look at this list. Which one
Thanks
of
for being
these?
here.
Which one?
I just said thanks for being here. There's people who don't always have an opportunity to share the show.
Absolutely. and share the show with other people. Give them, when we post it, go to the YouTube channel and share it. Go to MarilynShannon.com. You'll see the show. Share it, because it's kind of like fun. So pick one of these things off of the
Somebody
list.
explain wear stripes. What does that mean?
Wear stripes, colored stripes, plaids.
Go to jail.
Do something different. Go to jail.
To me, Marilyn, what does wear stripes mean?
To me, it just
Yeah.
means wearing something funky. That's
Yeah.
how I read it. That's how I read it. Okay, give us another one. What's the next one? Give me
Make
another
a
one.
new friend.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Oh, okay.
all right, here we go. I just look. Life is about using the whole box of crayons.
Uh-huh.
Just delve in. Live in color. Share. Right? What did you think about that, then?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is, but please, one at a time. Don't take them and pour them all on the floor. That's.
Well, you can be discerning.
Yeah.
You can do it, right? Okay, so Linda says she's going to be free as a bird and make new friends. Yes, all
Right.
colors. Imagine Judy. Okay, they're all change it up with a different
Chase
color.
my
Yes.
dreams.
Oh,
Judy says chase my dreams.
And Judy says, Debbie, I'm going to let Sarah know that I now think of you as an inspiration for my life. Oh. And I saw somewhere on the thing that somebody was talking about women's power networking. I don't know who
Judy
that
was
was,
talking about
Judy.
it.
But Judy, do you know that that we're involved with women's power networking? I don't know if you do or not. But
You're involved. You are the
Well, no.
lead founder.
well, not the.
The
Okay,
partnership
put
lead
one more.
founder.
Put one more up. Do we have another one? Okay. Okay. No one ever injured their eyesight by looking on the bright side of things.
Just don't stare into the sun.
Yeah, that's. I
Yeah,
was just
really,
going to say
because I
that.
know we
you
had
know.
a. Yeah, no.
People
no.
will take it literally.
Yeah, that's. No, is there any more?
I think when we have a quote of that nature,
Yeah.
it is the what is the word that explains it's not an antithesis, but it is, and not the shock value, but there's something about it because immediately we think about the sun, the soul,
Right.
the solar power, and how strong it is. Although it gives us life, it can be injurious to us, but it's the light itself
Mm-hmm.
and the brightness. So there's so many implications and
Well,
qualities
just looking
to
at the
light
light.
and bright
Well,
that
looking
we
at-
put together.
Right.
Automatically, our mind formulates the meaning, and
Well,
we get that little spark of happiness
Yeah,
when
just
we hear
look.
that.
It's okay to look at the happy stuff. It's okay to look at the bright side of
The
things.
positive.
It's okay to look at the positive. What's the next? What was the one you just had up? Okay, here we go. This one, is it up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it says, finding news. Start the new year with a laugh instead of a good intention. So together, we can laugh, and together we don't have to do much. Here you go, Judy. This is about being, just laughing. We don't have to make work out of it. Accept ourselves, go forward. Isn't that a wonderful? I mean, Madge says she doesn't have New Year's resolutions. You don't have to. You don't have to resolve anything. We just take ourselves as we are, laugh, have a good time, enjoy our lives. What?
Go back to the last
Another
one.
Okay, put it up.
It is.
Oh, it is up?
Yeah.
I'm stuck. Okay. I think in terms of the day's resolutions, not the years. Henry Moore. And why is that? So
Yeah.
every day we get an opportunity to not resolve but clear something up or clear something, right? It can be whatever,
Yeah.
right? Debbie, what you got to say?
Go back one. Go back. I had something to say on a previous one. Yeah. Funny new. Oh, I just wanted to say that you notice when anybody gives a talk, they tell a joke first to break the ice and relax everybody.
Yeah, right.
And in the same way, laughter is so healing and a good way to set the stage for the new year. Okay, go ahead. You can move
Okay.
along now.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. What's it say? I'm missing it on my computer.
It says, I just want to go on more adventures, be around good energy, connect with people, learn new things, grow. So that's kind of like your little cartoon kitty cat, just a list of different things that a person wants to start off or
That's
intends to see happen in the new year.
That's it. More adventures, have fun, be ourselves, just be more of who we are. That's it. Nothing more to do. Just be more of who we are and take life as it comes. Madge, right? Just take it as it comes.
Oh,
That's it.
Susie Annie says her resolution is daily also and always the same, to be a better person than I was yesterday. That is most beautiful.
Thank you, Madge. Enjoy the movie. I love to hear what it is. Have fun. Oh, movie during the day. Ain't that cool? Cool.
Is she in America?
Sure, she's in California.
Wait a minute. That means it's 11 a.m.?
That means it's,
So?
yeah, and she's going to a matinee.
Ooh, okay.
So have fun. Everybody out there, it's been a pleasure to have you today. Oh, you have
There's
one
another
more?
one. There's
Okay. Okay, what does that one say?
And I quote, may your coming year be filled with magic and dreams and good madness. I hope you read some fine books and kiss someone who thinks you're wonderful. And don't forget to make some art, write or draw or build or sing or live as only you can. And I hope somewhere in the next year you surprise yourself. And this is a quote by Neil Gaiman.
There you go. And with that, love you all. Debbie, mwah, everybody in the chat. It's
Thank
been
you
so
for
much fun.
inviting me. I'm here anytime you want to have a partner,
All
a
right.
foil,
Okay, you got it. You got
somebody
it.
to laugh
you got
with.
It. You got it. Oh, Madge says she always goes to the movies early. Okay, good. Well, everybody in the chat, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We'll be taking a little time off, but be on the lookout for us. And I wish you all hugs, kisses, loves, and everything else under the sun. And Amnon, and everybody out there, Chris, thank you for everything. Debbie, I'll talk
Many
to you
blessings.
soon. Many blessings, miracles, and blessings. Bye.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Health In with Debbie Bruck, Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Lessons of Vietnam with NCBVI members, The Tanya Love Show, Your Healthy Pet with Gisela DiCarlo. And if you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it at www.nissancommunications.com. Sponsored by Atomus.com, makers of quality video recorders and converters for professionals, CarolinaApparel.com, and DeltaForce.net.